Hello, and it's your girl Joan coming your way all the way from Zion. Yeah, I'm from Zion, and today we're going to be talking about something really interesting. See, I'm with my pen. I had to write down the things I wanted to share with us because they are really important principles that are going to stay with us for a lifetime. Like the things I'm going to be sharing today are totally timeless. So before we continue today, I want you to subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. You know what? It's a serious business, it's a serious game changer episode today. So I need you to concentrate. In fact, you can get your friends on, and stuff. So maybe copy this link because I have a very strong faith that by the end of this video, you definitely want to share this link with someone because what you're about to hear is so valuable. So, what are we talking about today? Handling uncertainties. Let's be frank, a lot of things about life can be really uncertain. Like, you go to school, let's say, in Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria, in Nigeria, you go to school, you have to write JAMB, so that you can get into university. And then we have some people, who have planned to study a particular course, but they cannot even pass their JAMB. And then when they finally pass that JAMB, they get into school, they are not offered the course they want to read. Or is it when you even finish the school and then you're trying to get a job, you can't get a job, or you want to get married and no one is forthcoming, or the sort of ladies or guys that are coming your way are not just your type or something, just all sort of uncertainties, or you're a business person, you do a job for someone and then one thing or the other happens, and then uncertainty can also happen in a good way. Maybe you just dressed up, you left your house, and then that day you might meet a friend or someone who becomes the game changer in your life. Or you might see someone in need and help that person, and then years later, that person shows up in your life and they are thanking you for what you did for them years back, and then they're able to pay you back for what you did. It may not even be that person, it may be someone else that is watching you from afar or saying, wow, that person just exhibited kindness. I need to reward this person. Sometimes that is uncertainty. I mean, it was not planned, you never knew that was going to happen. However, most times when people think of uncertainty, it's usually on the negative side. And to be very frank, every human being has experienced one form of uncertainty or the other. And so today I'm going to be talking about principles. No, that is actually number 1 point. I'm going to be sharing things you can do to handle uncertain things. Yes, so when you face things and you're not sure of what the outcomes might be, not just happenstance now, I'm talking about things that have to do with decisions you want to make, outcomes you want for your life, goals you have, and things you want to achieve or actualize. There are things you can actually do in times of uncertainties. Number 1 is learn the principles. Every single thing that exists has a principle that guides it. And I'm going to be using the simplest example around. And these same principles that apply for simple things apply for the most complex things in the world. So, for example, if your goal is to prepare jollof rice is a local food in Nigeria. Now, there are certain ingredients that are required to prepare jollof rice. Okay, let me use a more universal language. If your goal is to prepare cake, CAKE, there are certain ingredients you need to prepare cake. If you want to prepare cake and then you start buying biro, pencil, eraser or sharpener, and then you're like, I want to make cake, but you're gathering the wrong supplies, at the end of the day, you're not going to have cake. You're going to be having something completely different. Now, this is what a lot of us do. Now, anybody in their right thinking sense would be like, no, I would never get biro or sharpener or eraser when I want to get cake. But some of us actually do that for for goals we want to get done, or results we want in our lives. We tell ourselves we want a certain result, but we are not doing what is required for us to have that result we want. If your goal is to earn more, what principles are you supposed to apply to actually begin to earn more? If your goal is to actually grow in your relationship with God as a Christian, what principles are you going to apply? Are you going to wake up every day and not study your Bible and not pray the same way you did last year? Or you're going to decide to join a Bible study group or make friends with people who have a consistent life of fellowshipping with God? Are you going to check your contents on social media and ensure that you're following the right set of persons who encourage what it is you want to do? So you need to understand the principles that guide the results you want. So you are the one that know the goal you've set for yourself. You are the one that knows, that know the things you said you want to actualize. You are the one that know the decisions you want to make and the results you want for yourself. So have you started acting out the things you need to start doing? In fact, do you even know what it is you're supposed to do? So that leads me to my second point, which is that you need to gain knowledge. I heard from Dr. Sam Adeyemi. I'm not sure if he is the author of that quote, but I heard it from him. He said, you cannot solve a problem at the level of thinking that you had when the problem was created. So if you are facing a problem right now, it means currently you do not have sufficient knowledge to solve that problem. So in order to solve that problem, you need to gain the right knowledge in that area. So if my goal is to have a better relationship, maybe I'm married, I have 2 children, and I want to be a more loving wife to my husband, and my goal is to be a loving wife, I will not be studying how to be whatever. My concentration is going to be on reading books that has to do with being a great wife, consuming the right content, following the right people on social media, having the right friends, joining the right communities, groups, or associations. So you need to identify what your goal is and begin to gain the appropriate knowledge in that field. A very, very easy example of this is when you actually gain admission for a certain course. If you gained admission to study agriculture, you would not be taking classes in the Faculty of Social Sciences. You will be in the Faculty of Agric. That is the class you're going to sign up for, because that is where you're going to gain information for the certification you need. So it's important that you identify those areas, you are specific about them. I want to be this by the end of so time, and I want to have been able to achieve this, that, and this. What can I start reading to become that? This is the second thing that you need to do, because unless your level of knowledge, your level of understanding, your level of wisdom rises higher than what it was, that thing is not going to change. And that uncertainty is going to remain. The third thing is that get a coach. Get a coach. Get a coach. Get a coach. I'm going to say it over and over again. If you can afford it, please get a coach. People that are highly successful actually have a coach for different areas of their lives. People have a coach for their finances, people have a coach for their businesses, some have a career coach, some have a personal coach, like maybe for their personal life, family life, their health and all. Get a personal coach for different aspects of your life. And if it's psychological, get therapy. The average human being has some sort of abuse or trauma that we are recovering from. So it's very, very important that when you can afford it, you get a therapy, you get a coach. Stop thinking that it's too much to pay for certain things. No, it's not too much. My pastor, Reverend Bimini Yeboda, he says something, and I think it's a very, very valuable truth. He said, always ask yourself what your ignorance is costing you. If your ignorance is costing you more than the knowledge of it would cost you, the wise thing to do is to actually gain knowledge. You don't have to know everything. For example, I'm not interested in being a lawyer or a doctor, as such. So I'm not going to do any deep research with regards to law, unless of course I have to sign a contract and all. But there are experts I can pay to do that. But I would not subject myself to rigorous studying of law or something that's with medicine or something, because I'm not going to practice. I won't be practicing in that field, so I'm not going to do that. For the things I know is important for me, trust me, I'm definitely going to give it all that it takes and all that it requires to get the right knowledge and to get the right information. Because while you might be able to do some research yourself and start reading books and start trying to get yourself the knowledge you need, the coach, they've done this for you already. They know the right books you need to read, they know the right information, you know it is readily available. So that is the advantage that having a coach has. It saves you time. And whatever wastes your life has wasted, whatever wastes your time has actually wasted your life. So if there is anything you can do to save time, you are truly saving something. If you lose money, you can get money back. There is nothing we lose in life, in quotes, that we cannot get back. But when you lose time, it is gone. I mean, there is nothing you can do to bring back 2021. 2021 is gone. There is nothing you can do to bring back 2020. It is gone. There is nothing you will do to bring back 1993. It is gone. So whatever you can do to save time is really worth doing. So if you can afford getting a coach, paying for therapy, getting all of these things, please do it, because the time you would spend doing the research yourself, they've done it already. And so it is going to give you a great edge and a great advantage over others. So whenever you have the capacity, you should get a coach, you should get someone that is helping you in your profession, in your career, or those areas you have certain goals you want to have accomplished. The fourth thing is, take responsibility for where you are. Many times we find ourselves in situations or conditions or circumstances we are not pleased with. But if you do not identify what you did that led you there, you're going to repeat the same mistake. I have a quote. I said, our reality is a feedback. Our reality is a feedback. So we must learn to evaluate our reality. When you evaluate your reality, it's a feedback for you. It tells you what you've been doing well and what you have not been doing well, and what you need to stop doing and what you need to start doing. So the ability to sincerely tell yourself the truth is one of the best gifts anyone can ever have. So it's important that you take responsibility for the things you did that brought you where you are. Sometime last year, I was so depressed. Like, nothing seemed to be working. I felt like I was just in a corner, and then I felt like I was stuck. That's the word. I had to sit down and evaluate my life. I had to ask myself, what are the things I need to start doing? Where did I miss it? What do I have to do better? I have to do all of these things. And that was when that quote came, that my reality is a feedback. I need to sit down and evaluate why I am where I am and what I need to do to move from there to the next level. So stop doing the blame game. Stop saying, oh, because this person did this, because that person did. No, you are not going to grow that way. Rightly, I mean, you might be correct that people play the role, in bringing you where you are or whatever you got yourself in, as it were. But you allowed them. You permitted them. Nobody forced themselves on you. Maybe you found yourself in a relationship where you did things you're not supposed to do, or they cheated you. Maybe the guy ran away with your money, or the lady, she dumped you, or she slept with your friend, or we have different kind of experiences. If you have that kind of experience, I feel for you, and I'm not saying this to spite anyone. Yeah, so what I'm just trying to say is that it's important we take responsibility. Ask yourself, why do you keep attracting those kind of people into your life? Why is it that people do not value what you're offering them? Why are you not getting the kind of clients you want for your business? Just ask yourself. Know the role you have played that has brought you where you are. Don't shove it away. The proof of maturity is the ability to take responsibility for whatever outcome you have in your life. Don't concentrate on what somebody did or did not do. If you are concentrating on what someone did, you are giving them the power to actually decide your life. And you have no power to actually decide how people will treat you. You can tell people don't treat me this way, but you cannot force it on them. You are the one that have to now decide how to respond to what people are doing to you. So you need to concentrate your energy on your circle of influence, what you can control. What you can control are the things you did that led you where you are, not what another person did. So focus your energy on your own self, on the things you can change to make your life better. If you keep thinking about, oh, my parents did not do this for me, my uncle did not do this for me, my auntie did not do this for me, my fiancé did not do this for me, my husband did not do this for me, my wife did not do this for me, you are relinquishing your power for change. Concentrate more on what you can do to make your life a better one, not on what somebody else did. This is a very, very, very vital key. The people that have been able to rise up from a challenge or rise up from something that really, was very tough are people that sat down, did the evaluation, identify what they needed to stop doing and what they need to start doing. Those are the people that always rise up and have a comeback from any kind of thing that pushed them down. So life always throws challenges. Life always, life happens. But how you respond to life is going to be the game changer. So if you keep playing the blame game, you are not going to live where you are, and nothing is going to change. And I'm sure that nothing changing is not what you want. What you really want is that something will actually change. So please, instead of concentrating on what other people did not do well, ask yourself, what is it that I did not do well? And what is it that I need to start doing? And what is it that I also need to stop doing? Now, I think I've overflogged that, so I'm going to move to the next thing. And what I'm about to say is also very critical to the next point after what I'm about to say. The next point is that pray. You see, that period last year when I was going through a lot, like I rightly mentioned earlier, one thing I was consistent with, despite how depressed I was that I never stopped praying. Even if I did not have words to express how I felt, there were times I just went to God in prayer, and all I just did was cry and cry and cry and cry, and then I would sleep off. That was what I was doing, but I continued to show up before God. I did not say, oh, I'm going to turn back from God, or I don't trust Him again, or God is not God. No, I continued to go to God. And even when I don't even know how to express how I felt, I would just still cry before God. I continue to pray. So whatever it is you're going through, whatever uncertainty you feel about life, about your business, about your career, about your relationship, about your health, pray about it. Talk to God. He said in His word, He said, "Come unto me, all you who are, what's that scripture again? All you who are weary and heavy laden, I will give you rest. I will give you rest." He said, "Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you." There are certain things that nobody can help you to solve. There are certain burdens, there are certain problems you face in life that not even your partner can help you solve. Only God can. That was where I was. Nobody could understand how I was feeling, because I didn't even know how to explain. I just think that I was not just feeling it. Like nothing was just like it was almost like I lost motivation about life, really. And that period, there was no one I could even talk to, as it were. I had to bear it all by myself. So what I could just do was pray about it. I took it to God in prayers, and God answered me. I've left that place now. I'm no longer there. So if you're listening to me and perhaps you are in that place where you don't know what to do, you feel stuck and all, talk to God, talk to Jesus. He has the listening ear. Maybe you've even attempted to tell people and they don't even seem to understand what you're going through. they lack the ability to empathize with what it is you're going through. There's someone who will always understand, and there is someone who will always give you a listening ear. That is the Holy Spirit. So pray. In case you're not a Christian and you want to know how to do this better, you can reach out to me. I'm going to be dropping my contact details in the description section of this video. So please feel free to reach me and we can talk better. I want to be here for you. And if you're from Ukraine, you're in a part of the world where, these things are happening, you've heard of Russia bombing Ukraine and all, and you're watching me, we are praying for you. I am praying for you. If you need more conversations, please feel free to also reach out to me. I'm here to pray with you. I can join you in prayers. I can join you in trusting God for whatever it is you are believing in for. And if you want to know how to do this, feel free to also reach me as well. And the last point I'm going to be talking about here is that take note of the people that are coming into your life. So after praying, God sends our answers in the form of people. So after praying, take note of the people that are coming into your life. Most of the time, God has put the answer to your need in them. And if you're the kind of person that writes, go back to some of the things you've written, read them again. You might actually find the answer to what it is you need. I have a journal. I think I have it somewhere up there, my library, my small library. A couple of times I was going through it and I was like, wow, I wrote these things. Like, I was looking at the depth of wisdom, the depth of insight with which I wrote those things. And reading them blessed me. Of course, there were things I also saw that I felt, oh, I've outgrown this. Like, I knew better than some of the things I wrote. But there were things I also wrote that actually reminded me of the things I needed to know. So there are many, many more things, but if you would actually make use of these keys I've handed to you, you're actually going to move from a season of uncertainty to a season of blossoming. I want to know how this video has been beneficial to you. So please let me know in the comment section. Tell me how you've benefited from this video. And I know that it has been value for your time. So do not keep this video to yourself. Share the link on your WhatsApp status. Share it to a group. Share it to a community. Somebody around you somewhere needs the information I have just shared. So ensure to please share this video. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and remember to turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time a new video is out. Once again, it's your girl Joan, and I'm excited to share what I know with you, and I'm also looking forward to hear how this video has been beneficial to you. Thank you once again, and see you next time. Bye.